You can never forget those faces, right?
Nope.
So I know Toko as being part of that desperate Kragg carpool, right, between himself, Omen, and MSB.
Yeah, but he has been going Rano today, and his Rano is definitely not something you want to be sleeping on, because the momentum that he can carry with that character, the movement, it is definitely clean and on point. So you do have to be careful of his movement mix-ups.
Oh yeah, we saw that when he was fighting against Jackie Peanuts earlier.
Yeah, that's right.
It looked really good actually.
Yeah. But going with Kragg this time around, so it's going to be a battle of the heavies here for Frostbite.
Always a classic to see. Etalus being the more aggro of the heavy, of course, given the fantastic movement options we've already seen earlier today.
Yeah, but on the flip side, Kragg trades it in for a lot of good zoning options and a lot of good edge guarding. But right now, BlooD just going in there, not giving him any room to breathe here, so Toko finally got to find some space to work with.
You know what's amazing is BlooD is like kind of a recent player. He's new BlooD, right? Because he started playing the game back in around October or stuff, if I remember the interview correctly. He said he actually left a message saying when he was first applying, I'm kind of relatively new to this game. I've only been playing competitive for a few months and stuff, but he is showing that he has been worth it.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely shown that he's worth it with the way he's been playing so far, but Toko looking to end that momentum that he's had.
Oh my god, Toko looking to execute him and gets executed himself. Toko just smiles and nods and says, okay, that was maybe a little too ambitious. Good on you for calling me out for that.
Oh, I like that patience there. Just walking forward a little bit just to fake him out, bait out the parry, and then get the conversion off of it and gets rid of that armor for it. And stock, and now we're back to an even game between these two. Yeah,
I like that boulder toss to prompt out the parry because they're expecting you to do it in an arc that hits them. Instead, though, you did a short toss, hit them with the shrapnel from breaking it.
I feel like BlooD's kind of slowed down from the first stock because, I mean, at the beginning of the game, we saw him just going in there, smothering Toko, but now he's kind of just waiting out, being a little bit more patient. I think he's looking for openings that he can parry and punish.
It's that, and I think he also recognizes he's at 138%, right? If he's not careful with the way that he makes his next approach, that's going to be his next stock, and he needs to try to, at the very least, if this stock is to die before he takes out Toko's, he needs to actually make up that difference, though, as close as possible. Yeah,
very nice parry to get through the frozen ice on the ground, but managing to hit with that first steal off the stock, and now BlooD is on the last stock of the first game here.
Oh, I mean, this edge guard looking already pretty promising for him. Oh, he doesn't find the punish on the side special on stage. BlooD now knocked back towards the center stage.
Yeah, and right now, Toko doing a really good job just holding down this center area, forcing BlooD to have to find some way to get in there to seal off his stock. Very nice aggressive fair there. Gonna find his way onto the platform. Spike's gonna actually beat out the up B.
BlooD trying to be a little bit patient with the way that this last stock is going, trying to back off and bait Toko into something, finds himself a couple of confirms, immediately prioritizes the armor to ensure that he'll get to live a little bit, but tries to make a call out with the up smash. He loses the armor for it, though.
Oh, and this could be trouble. Huge. Yeah, because, I mean, once you lose that armor at this percent against Kragg, you're asking to go flying towards the blast zone, and up air, not going to be able to seal the deal, but definitely gets a little bit extra damage, and this is definitely a scary situation.
He's got that armor ready to go again. He's going to find himself that forward air, looking again for something else. Oh, goes for the up smash. He finds the parry, though, and that's exactly what he needed to close out that stock, and he gets his next armor set ready to go.
Yeah, so he definitely has the option to be able to bring this back as long as he can keep this momentum going, because he's got all the things he needs to be able to do this. Right now, just trying to find another opening here, slowly racking up the damage here, and with this armor, it's going to be difficult for Toko to be able to seal off the stock before BlooD can start bringing this back. Oh,
BlooD is actually bringing this back 98%. Finding the hammer! It's not quite going to do it, though. Toko's still alive and in it. BlooD actually disengaging from that situation entirely, not punishing the side special. Still alive.
92% he's living. Wow, even with the armor dying to that fair there.
Oh, I mean, what happens is you shed the armor during the FB.
At the peak of it.
At the peak of it, and that's the thing that's amazing is because you have super armor on the way up. So Toko actually waited for the peak before hitting with the forward air to close out that stock. So really great awareness by Toko.
I swear, there's just so many small details that you got to keep track of in this game. Thankfully, there's not as many characters as some fighting games, so it definitely makes it easier to learn them all.
I think that's where it makes up the difference, right? Like, you have less matchup, but more nuances in the matchup. Each individual one because of all the different mechanics you have to learn to play with.
Oh, very nice forward smash there. Gonna end up just baiting out the option of a parry.
Toko finding that forward air, keeping this edge guard, and it's like For the folks that don't know, the earthen wall has the shortest distance between the stage and the side blast zone. So this is a terrifying stage to fight either of these characters with because they both have incredible fairs.
Speaking of, almost hit connecting with that one, but misstep there, going to end up sending him into the blast zone.
He's going to end up trying to make up his distance with some pressure at the ledge. He ends up finding himself a dash attack to start getting more damage in, but the problem is it's still more towards the center of the stage. It takes a little bit more effort to make that full trick to the blast zone.
Yeah, and I mean, while the blast zones are close to the edge of the stage, there's a lot of distance to get to the edge of the stage, because you see how much of the camera view this stage takes up. I mean, it's almost the entire length of what you're seeing on the screen right now.
Yeah. Oh, an unfortunate SD by Toko.
I guess one good SD deserves another. So, I mean, neither player can John about the SDs now because, I mean, they've both given each other one. So it's going to come down to who can seal off the stocks here. Having to use that pillar to be able to keep himself out of danger there, but BlooD having none of it, reading the options here and keeping this momentum going.
Oh, what a fantastic use of upstage. Man, like Toko was Toko was popping off for that hitting him.
I mean, you gotta have fun. I mean, this is a great game.
Oh, and getting that next forward air, closing out BlooD's stock. But yeah, like it's not only like good to have fun, it's also really important from a mentality state as well. Yeah. Like that's one of the surest signs that like somebody is in a slump is that they stopped having fun with the game. And it's,
exactly.
When you're having fun, it's easier to think outside of the box and not to have tunnel vision that you have if you're like feeling tense or upset or tilted.
Exactly.
You see all the different opportunities. You're more liable to play around with the different choices that you have in a given set, and that's what adaptation often looks like.
Yeah.
It's just being like, you know what if I tried this because he's been doing this a whole bunch.
Exactly, and you know what opportunity I'm thankful for? The fact that we get to listen to this great music again. Because this is my favorite song in the game.
Shout outs to Flashy Goodness for all the fantastic work they've done and continue to do for the Rival soundtrack.
Yep. Oh, nice parry on the top platform. Gonna get his own counteroffensive going here, but Toko fighting his way out of it.
Oh, that down air saving BlooD from what was sure to be another forward air, but that's exactly what you were worrying about earlier when Bagel was playing. When you use that icicle, when the opponent is on the ground, they parry it, you go in free fall, and you eat a punish.
Yeah, I mean, on an open stage like this, there's no guessing about where the icicles are going to land. Very nice use of the super armor there.
That was brilliant use of the super armor. Yeah, getting caught on the pillar, like, I'm exactly where I want to be. Here's my up smash.
It's like the worst that happens is he just deactivates the pillar, you fall back down to the ground. You still have the armor there because you're just sent into free fall.
Oh, yeah, that's very true.
Oh, okay.
Just breaking that bear's back.
Yeah, right at the perfect moment, recognizing the peak of that arc and getting the punish.
Toko really has been turning up his usage of the forward smash as the set has gone on, and I think part of it is just a recognition that BlooD hasn't so far been playing around it too much in the sense of like putting himself in positions to punish it.
Yeah.
So it's so far actually not been much of a risky option to throw out, and the potential reward of it is still staggering.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of the strongest hitting moves in the game. But right now, Toko just trying to do everything he can to bring this match even more in his favor, just rocking it across the stage here.
Looking to get that spike, instead covers a bit of the ledge, but not able to keep it going. BlooD finally gets himself some room to talk.
Yeah, great punish to the tech in place there. That's one of the things you have to be careful about out of that up air that Etalus has, because he's going to be able to come down there, and if you're just right next to him when you're coming out of that tech, he can read that and punish you for it. Wow, he just went like a bullet.
That's one of those DI angles you're just like, yeah, he wasn't expecting to get hit at all. Like, that wasn't it.
Yeah. And I mean, that is just one of the scariest things about this stage, because those platforms just set you up so nicely to just go flying off into the blast zone if you get hit by an up air, because they're just up so high, it doesn't matter where you're on in the platform. That up air is going to send you off the stage here.
Yeah.
Very nice up tilt, going to convert into a little bit of damage and getting another punish on those icicles here. And Toko looking to try and close this off before BlooD can get some momentum going here.
Toko backing off, recognizing the forward smash charge, jumps over it entirely. Oh, looking to spike him with the boulder, but BlooD maneuvers right around it.
Yeah, perfect timing on that air dodge here. Once again, just managing to get perfect timing, finding his way back to the stage. And he's still living it here, but not going to live it through that one.
Yeah, at a certain point, it just got a little bit tough, and BlooD was trying to look for some sort of opening to be able to turn the tide into his favor, because Toko was riding momentum for pretty much the entirety of that last game. And at a certain part, you gotta spin things around in your favor, and it's so hard to find those moments.
Yeah,